こんにちは、ジャパニーズアモのミサです。Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day, happy Valentine. Today let's talk about love confession. 告白. So, you guys probably know that Japanese people usually do this kokuhaku, love confession, in order to go out with somebody. So generally speaking, Japanese people usually wouldn't touch each other or hold hands or kiss each other before this kokuhaku. So, you hang out and go on dates, and then one of them does this kokuhaku, love confession. Then finally, they both, acknowledge each other as girlfriend, boyfriend, and you can do whatever couples do. And did you know on Valentine's Day, guys basically don't have to do anything. It's usually girls baking or buying chocolates or cakes, some chocolatey stuff, and give them to their boyfriends or even colleagues or friends. So in Japan, girls don't expect guys to do anything on Valentine's Day. They are not obligated to, nobody is, but they don't have to give flowers and stuff to girlfriends. Although I must admit, it's very nice. But there's a day called White Day, March 14th, so a month after Valentine's Day. Guys have to return chocolates and candy to girls who gave chocolates to them. The point of Valentine's Day in Japan is for a girl to give a chocolate to the guy she likes and kind of does this love confession. She doesn't have to, but the purpose of giving chocolate is to show that she likes him. So that's called honme choco. Honme is the actual person she likes. But we have different kinds of chocolates. We have honme choco, which is the chocolate that a girl gives to the guy she really likes. So usually she would spend a lot of time baking a chocolate cake, chocolate cookies, whatever, or buy something really nice, like expensive chocolate. Okay, and there is also tomo choco. Tomo means tomodachi, friends. So the chocolates you give to your friends. So girls do give this tomo choco to each other. As a girl, you still get chocolates from your friends. And also male friends get this tomo choco as well. But often male friends get giri choco, not tomo choco. Giri means obligatory. So obligatory chocolate or kotsu chocolate. Basically, it's the chocolate you give to guys she doesn't really fancy. It's just friends or colleagues, but they give because that's the polite thing to do. We don't want anyone to feel left out. At school, popular guys always get more chocolates. Guys who are not popular sometimes don't get any, but this giri choco saves them. So even teachers, male teachers, get this giri choco. Japanese schools usually don't allow kids to bring snacks or sweets, candy. Okay, お菓子を持ってきちゃダメ. You're allowed to bring a bento and, sweet pan, bread, some stuff you buy from the bakery, but generally you can't just bring the crisps and stuff. And teachers usually tell the kids off if they do. But on Valentine's Day, teachers make exceptions because they also get chocolates. So they pretend that they don't see the chocolates, flying across the classroom. Anyway, giri choco is the chocolates you give to somebody you don't fancy, but you just are giving it to be polite. Alright, so there are different kinds of chocolates, but honme choco, that's the chocolate you spend all the efforts into to show how much they like the guy. Because Japanese people are generally quite shy, reserved, we don't go, give a chocolate and be like, I love you. That's a bit too much. Like, we can't do it. So what girls do is they give chocolates to everyone. That way, people don't really figure out who she likes the best. But if you take a closer look, only one of them has the super nice chocolate. That's how kids knew who fancied who. Anyway, on Valentine's Day, girl can definitely do this kokuhaku to a guy she likes. Be done by anyone on any day. So it doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day, but since it's Valentine's Day and, it's quite a common thing to do. So I said a girl can do that on Valentine's Day. But yeah, anyone can do it. They usually use the word suki. You can say the person's name, ga suki. So for example, if I'm saying that to a Ken-kun, then I'd say Ken ga suki, or I might call him Ken-kun, whatever. Ken-kun ga suki. You don't have to say the person's name. You can just say suki, but usually when you do this love confession, you say the person's name for the affect. Because suki can just mean I like it. The other person might be like, huh? Yeah, you want to make sure that the listener is the person you like. Instead of just suki, you can also say suki da yo as well. So Ken-kun ga suki da yo. Or some people also say suki desu. So even if they are usually speaking informally, sometimes they say this love confession formally by adding this desu. When we are proposing or doing something special, we tend to switch to the formal speech. So instead of 結婚して marry me, we generally say 結婚してください please marry me. 結婚して actually sounds even kind of rough. It just sounds nicer. It's funny, right? Because generally if you speak formally, it creates distance and it sounds cold if you're friends. Okay, so generally friends talk to each other informally. I mean, if you are talking to your senpai, you would still talk to him or her formally. For love confession, it's not weird if you say 好きです, but you can also just say 好き. It also depends on your personality. Like girls tend to be more polite about everything. So girls would say 好きです more often than guys. Yeah, it depends on the age and everything. If you're confessing love to your senpai, you have to be polite. You can also say name のことが好き. Okay, so I can say ケンのことが好き instead of ケンが好き. It doesn't make too much difference if somebody says ミサが好き instead of ミサのことが好き or the other way around. Like it makes no difference. If you really want to know the difference, のこと as the nuance that you like everything about me, like things about me. こと literally means things. So when I say ケンが好き, I'm saying I like you, Ken, the person, directly. And if I say ケンのことが好き, I'm implying that I like everything, like the way you act, the way you talk, the way you think. I love everything. And another point, you only say this のことが好き when you actually fancy a person. Also, you can say 犬が好き I like dogs. 本が好き I like books. But it's weird if you say 犬のことが好き 本のことが好き doesn't really make sense. So, you say the person's name のことが好き then it's more obvious that I'm confessing love. So I said that you can say 好き好きです好きだよ and you can also say 好きだ but you'd end up sounding masculine. And sometimes it doesn't suit your personality. Sometimes it sounds too masculine that girls wouldn't like it. But like you'd hear this a lot in anime. Personally, I would say stick to 好き in real life. But in anime, you'll hear 好きだ a lot. Another one, you could also say ずっと前から好きだった or ずっと前から好きでした 好きだった it's in the past tense, so you might think, oh, I liked you, so she doesn't like me anymore. But no, it means I've liked. You can obviously add the person's name and say ずっと前からケンが好きだった. And in anime or drama, you might hear a character say 好きかも. Kamo means maybe. So it's like, I think I like you. Don't do this either. Girls or, anyone usually doesn't like this. It's like, so do you like me or not? But people do say this because they don't want to get hurt. They have maybe, so if they say no, it's not a problem. I didn't like you that much anyway, so thing. But it generally sucks. So don't do it. For example, in anime, 隣の怪物くん, Haru says to Shizuku, 俺、Shizuku が好きかも. I think I like you, Shizuku. And that's bad enough. And then she asks him, それは友達的な意味で? Like, you mean in a friendly way? You mean like as a friend? Like 友達として好きなの? And then he says, 性的な意味で in a sexual way. It's like, it's funny. It's anime. So, and he's a dum-dum. So it's fine. He's cute, but he's a dum-dum. It's fine. But don't do that in real life. Don't say 性的な意味で好き. Like, I like you in a sexual way. Like, no. So usually you say the 好き first. And then you usually say 付き合ってください. Please go out with me. Like, be my girlfriend, be my boyfriend. Like I said, it's very common to be polite and say てください instead of just 付き合って. Don't try conjugating differently and say like 付き合いたい. Like Thai form means want to, right? Nah, don't do it. It just sounds weird. 付き合いたい. It almost sounds like you don't care. It's like, do you wanna go out with me? I don't care if you say no or yes, but like, I'm just saying. Sounds almost like that. No, don't do it. 付き合いたい. You can say あの人と付き合いたい. I want to go out with that person to your friend, for example. But when you are confessing your love, don't do that. Say 付き合って or 付き合ってください in the request form, the te form, okay? Instead of 付き合う, which means to go out is in to date. You can also say 彼女になってください or 彼氏になってください. になる means to become. Now になる. Okay, before we move on to the next topic, let me show you this month's box. I already opened it and started eating. お腹超空いてたからもう開けて食べちゃいました。美味しかった。本当に美味しかった。These two were so good as well. 生姜、ジンジャー。超美味しい。今月はたくさんいちごのお菓子が入ってます。If you're feeling sad or lonely today, just eat. You feel so much better. 一緒に食べよう。一緒に食べて元気になろう。これ、いちごサンドクッキー。いい匂い。Also, you have no idea how happy I am that I can finally eat snacks. Because I couldn't eat anything solid for a month, right? In January. I had my stitches out 2 days ago, so my face is maybe still swollen, but the dentist said I can eat anything now. So I'm going crazy. I had burgers yesterday. It's like anything I can chew, I appreciate. But 噛めるものは何でも大歓迎. But yeah, anyway, I'm so happy right now. They taste so amazing and My mouth is fine now. 食べ物っていいね。Sorry, I started eating even without reading the description, but it's so good. Wow. リッチベイクドチョコレート. Yeah. So this is the sort of thing that you give on Valentine's Day, like chocolatey sweet. Okay, I forgot to mention, but Box is, as you can see, a subscription box service that delivers Japanese snacks every month. And you can use my code JapaneseAmo10 to get 10% off. The link and the code are in the description box and also in the comments. Yeah, so check it out. I really recommend them. It would be fun for you to eat with me, right? You know, I eat like my lunch and stuff on my own a lot because I work from home and everything, right? Sometimes I go out and eat out, but with the corona and everything, it's hard. So I was even thinking I should do live stream lunchtime and, you know, eat with you guys so nobody feels lonely. Anyway, that's it. So check Box out. It's amazing. And my teeth are fine now. My cheeks are still a bit swollen, but hopefully not so much that you guys can tell. Anyway, let's get back to talking about kokuhaku. Okay, so now you know how to do kokuhaku. Let's learn how to respond to it. So, if you like the person too, you can say 私も好き. I like you too. 私も I also. Okay, that's how girls would respond. Guys would say 僕も or 俺も. It depends on the personality, but generally all my male friends use 俺も, no matter how old they are. 僕 can be polite and safe, but also can sound childish or mommy's boy. So 僕 is very good to use when you're speaking to, you know, senpai and, you know, teachers, or you want to sound polite. But you're talking to a girl you like, or they might be better. But it really depends on the personality. If you are more of a like smart, intelligent guy, quite introverted, you might use 僕. Although a lot of introverted Japanese guys still use 俺. You know, you might think, oh, 僕 is only for nerds. No, nerds also use 俺. Yeah, all my like geeky male friends use 俺 as well. So it really depends on the person. The only guy I knew who used 僕 was mega... He was not introverted per se, but he was known for being a big mommy's boy. So you get the point. I'm not saying you shouldn't use 僕. Your Japanese girlfriends might prefer you saying 僕 because you're a foreigner, which I really don't like, but Japanese people tend to do that. It's like, oh, foreigners shouldn't use 俺, sounds weird. But it's just so stupid because they don't mind if their dads or brothers use 俺. But as soon as a foreigner says 俺, it's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? No, don't be scared of using 俺. Okay? That's the point. Also, don't be scared of using 僕 either. Personally, I don't like guys who call themselves 僕 because they sound very, I don't know, not weak, but, you know, really like mommy's boy, because kids do call themselves 僕. But again, it depends. If you're talking to your future in-laws, you might want to use 僕. But if you're talking to your future wives, you might want to use 俺. Anyway, 私も好き, 僕も好き, 俺も好き. Or if the other person said 付き合ってください or 彼女になってください, 彼氏になってください, you can just say, Also, the cute response, generally girls say this, お願いします. Like, yes, please. Some humble people might also say, 私でよければ. If you're okay with me. But yeah, generally, I think the most common answer would be, yes. But this is the case only if you like that person back, right? It's not always the case. If not, you don't want to say yeah or like no. That's too direct. I mean, it sounds direct even in English. Like, you want to be my girlfriend? No. Anyway, you want to say, for example, ごめん. Sorry. It's like sad, but common response, right? ごめん or 友達でいいよ. Let's stay friends. Friend-zoned. 友達でいいよ. Or they might say, 好きな人がいるんだ. This is another common response. 好きな人がいるんだ. Don't say 他の人が好き, which also literally means I like someone else. Like, I like another person. But it sounds too direct. Say it like the way I said, 好きな人がいるんだ. There is somebody I like. Okay? If you say 他の人が好き, it really actually sounds hurtful. It's like, I like you. I'm like, nah, you're different. No. Okay, so generally this heartbreak is called 失恋. So when somebody rejects you, you say 失恋. You know, I have a really sad story. I had my first crush in the kindergarten, very young, basically. And there was one boy I liked, and I guess told my mom about him. He happened to be in the same room, and she told him that I like him, okay, in front of me. She dared to tell him, okay? And guess what he said? He said, what was her name? I can't remember. Like, Akari-chan ga suki or something. Like, so my mom was like, I can't remember his name either. I can't even remember what he looked like. But let's say his name was like, let's say his name was Haruki-kun. Okay? Misa wa Haruki-kun no koto ga suki nan datte. And he was like, Akari-chan ga suki. I like Akari-chan. I was like, like, why, Mom? I think we called her Mama back then because I was so young. So I was like, Mama. So sad. I'm crying. I mean, I'm crying from laughter though. It's just so ridiculous. Like, why would she do that? And you know, I know he was like just a young brat, but like he'd say he'll just, you know, not even any like, oh yeah, she's nice. Yeah, I know 4-year-olds are not capable of being polite, but like, you know, he openly goes, I like that girl. Oh my gosh. My first crush crushed my heart. Yeah, so that is called, by the way, kataomoi, like one-way love. So when the person you like doesn't like you back. Whew. If they both like each other, it's called ryo-omoi. It's like ryoho means both, and omoi, like thinking. Alright, so to be rejected, you say furareru. Furareru. So if you do love confession and that person says no, or they say Akari-chan ga suki, I could say furareta. Furareta. Someone ni furareta. I was rejected by. Alright, so that's how you can react to love confession, right? And now let's talk about how to dodge the love confession. So if you've watched the film Toki o Kakeru Shoujo, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, please watch it. It's my favorite film. I love it so much. I've watched it like 1,000 times and cried 1,000 times. I fancy Chiaki so much. Anyway, you know, some people don't want to reject anybody, like don't want to hurt anybody's feeling. Like they try so hard to avoid the love confession. You want to stay being friends. and the other person starts getting serious. You know, they start saying all the flirty things and you start feeling uncomfortable. You want to dodge every, compliments and like every possible kokuhaku lines. And people do that, if you watch enough anime, you will say, for example, if somebody says Misa ga suki, I could say, suki no kisetsu da ne. I change suki into suki. It's the ski season, isn't it? Or you can start talking about sukiyaki. Sukiyaki is like a type of hot pot meal. Sukiyaki tabeyo, let's go eat sukiyaki. Or you can say, 私も好き、弟みたい。Yeah, I like you too. You are like my brother, little brother. Or you can say, 俺も好き、妹みたい。So, that's how you can sister zone or brother zone. Or the ultimate excuse would be, 俺ブス戦なんだよね。俺ブス戦なんだよね。It's like, I'm only into ugly girls. Or I'm only into ugly people. ブス is how you can say ugly. Quite rude way to say ugly. Sen means like senmon, specialized. And it means like you only like that type of people. You might think I came up with it, but no, it's a real thing. People who are into only ugly people. Instead of busu-sen, they also call it b-sen. It's like really slangy. So not everyone knows this term. But so you can say, 俺ブス戦なんだよね. This line is quite magical because you're saying that the person who just made a love confession to you is not ugly. Because if that person were ugly, you would be dating that person. So yeah, you probably would get weird reactions like, eh? Like, どういうこと? Like, what do you mean? But you could try using it. I don't know how you'd go. I think it's pretty funny. But like, you shouldn't, kokuhaku is such a brave action. So you shouldn't treat it lightly. Of course not. So, I don't know. But if you're really into ugly people, then you can use this phrase. 俺ブス戦. Or 私ブス戦. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Now you know my deepest secret. I haven't told that kindergarten heartbreak story to many people. So yeah, now you know it. So laugh at me. It's okay. Laugh at me because I laugh at myself. I was so devastated back then when I was 4, but like now I'm over it. So alright, thank you so much for watching and make sure to check out Bokusu because they're amazing. And also if you're feeling lonely today, don't. Valentine's Day is also about eating just like Christmas. So, don't let yourself down. Just eat. Watch the film 時をかける少女 The girl flips through time and cry. じゃあまたね。バイバイ。